Oh, I should. We on now, Cukes, but I'm fixing to run over to YouTube real quick and change my settings. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Everything is going good. I go to work later on tonight. I rode in, so my fingers were frozen. It's real cold.
On the
Uh,
bike.
How you doing, maniacs?
We only got one up in here, man, for now.
Well, one maniac is better than none.
All right, let me give me 1 second,
Yeah.
and I'll be on my way.
And let me see you. I don't see you.
Yeah, I'm doing something. Here I come. It might be your phone or your connection.
Oh,
All
it's
right,
all
can you see me now?
right. No, I
Oh
see.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see you.
It's your phone or something. So what's up, Mac Kids and Maniacs? They up in here. Cuse want to know if we could get 300 people up in here tonight, since we cleaned up the chat room a little bit, or are you guys pissed off because everybody don't have tools no more, and you're taking it personal when it wasn't meant to be personal? Uh, what's up with you though, Cukes, man? What you eating for lunch at work tonight?
I'm going to go and probably get something later on. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet.
That is
But
base. Okay, I feel you. Hey,
yeah,
Q, your Lakers won by one tonight. That's what, two in a row. We on a roll, right? Compton girl, what's up, sweetheart? Kev, unblock my other Tiro profile if you can. Man, I've seen so many Tiro profiles, man. I'm like, man, that dude stay in trouble. But anyway, Cute,
yeah.
Rosie Greer. What did you know about Rosie Greer?
Oh, Rosie Greer supported us. Rosie Greer adopted all of us. He he loved our group of inner city youth. He loved Bulldog. He loved me. He really he really took a liking to us, and he knew he was a mentor to all of us. And he would come to our hearings if we got in trouble. He was he was different than any celebrity, or he was better than anybody, man. He was like Jim Brown, but he loved it the Crips, man. And he just knew that we were there in that position because of our poverty. And I guess he felt that he could have been just like us if it wasn't for his skills and his opportunity, in the different doors that was open, to him. And he could just feel he had empathy. He didn't have sympathy for us. He had empathy for us. He could imagine if he was in our place, how it would feel. And he knew once we got caught up in the judicial system that it was going to be hard for us, with public defenders and stuff. So when we eventually did get in trouble, and he came to our hearing, and he helped at Bulldog with law, and he helped at other members of the long table too. And he didn't have to do those things, and he was a great man. And he was very courageous too, because, like I told you guys before, that there was a group of us that we would take guns, when we would be in our gang activity and when we would be in parties and stuff. And so we all been wounded from taking guns and stuff. And Rosie Greer, he was just like us. So one night he was at one of the Kennedy's. The Kennedy, he was doing, like, getting money because he wanted to, run for office or continue to be in office. And, Sirhan, just start busting and, and killed Kennedy, and, killed Kennedy's little brother, you know. And Rosie Greer, he didn't hesitate. He just went at the gun. He rushed the cannon, and grabbed that dude's gun hand and broke his thumb and took the gun from him. While everybody else was in there screaming and hollering and going frantic, it could have been more victims,
Right.
than it was. That was a tragedy, and so that's the kind of character that Rosie Greer had, and people were hating on him. I mean, people were hating on him, and he should have been like in commercials. He should have been like number one on everything. Sports, advertising tennis shoes and whatnot. He should have been getting the big endorsements, but people hated on him. Why? Because he had empathy for the inner city youth, the thugs. He wanted them to do better, and it's sad how America could be sometime when they blackball a black person or any type of person that ain't doing what they want them to do, but everybody's hat should go off to Rosie Greer because he's a legend and a hero. And by the way, he was a Ram. He was part of the fearsome Folsom. And the Rams had a hell of a defense back then, with Big Dinkin Jones. And they had all of these other players too. I don't know if Merlin Olsen was with them, but the fearsome Folsom, there was a lot of them. And Dinkin Jones was one of them. And they could really play that sport, man. And that's when football was down on the gridiron and they didn't have a lot of protection. Rosie Greer, a statue of a man. He was a big man. He was a strong man. He had an infectious smile. And I don't know what it was, but he really liked Bulldog. I mean, he really liked Bulldog. Like you could just see it that he really invested time in Bulldog, and he felt so proud of Bulldog when Bulldog opened the long table. You could just see Rosie Greer. He was like, man, this is what I wanted you to do all the time, And what was Bulldog doing? He was bringing, peace in the inner city. Bringing all of those rival gangs together the way he did. No one has ever done that since the long table at that level.
Right.
And
so
I just, yeah.
Jim Brown kind of followed in his footsteps.
Yeah, you gotta love Jim Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, even now that I have forgiven O.J. Simpson now, maybe he just didn't have it in him. He didn't live far. Bundy's not far from South Central, but he just didn't have it. He got pull-ups. Jim Brown gave him a pull-up and told him, hey man, you ain't spending no time down here with the people.
Right.
You ain't, people could use your help. The kids could use your help, even if it's just buying them uniforms so they can play some organized sports or paying their tuition or something. There's a way to help inner city kids that'll keep them out of gangs. There's something, but an effort has to be, a big effort has to be put forth. But you put all the money in these special police units, and all of these special police units, they ain't nothing but gangs within the police department. They're thugs. Look at Tyree Nichols, and look at the Scorpions. That was nothing but a thug, Gestapo type, police squad that would go and terrorize their community because they had permission to do that from their chief. They had permission to behave that way, yank people out of cars, point guns to people's head. Why? Because they classify the inner city people as less than human. They give them, titles, like thug, lowlife, scum. Now, they don't feel like they're dealing with a human being. They're dealing with a thug. They're dealing with a scum. They're dealing with a gang member. See, all of those adjectives are put on people so they don't gotta treat them with dignity and respect. So, and look what we get at the end of the day. We get the overseers who are the worst. They're worse than what they supposed to be protected. They worse than the people that they paint as the villains, because they become the greatest victimizer within inside of the society that they supposed to be policing. And so we need to open our eyes and realize that the young gang members in your community, they should be loved and embraced and spoken to and helped, and so they could see their way through their conflict. There's something else you guys probably don't understand and don't realize is that the black male, he has been taken away, from the role that he was traditionally supposed to carry out, the father, and get married, have a family. All of that was wiped away out of his psyche, in a greater sense. So that's why gangs became more prevalent to the youth than seeing, fatherhood. And the reason that took place was because there was no employment for the youth to make that transition into adulthood, to feel like he was going to be a contributing force within inside of a family unit, So what do? We have sex, children are born. We don't have in our psyche to remain in the relationships. We're not using protection, so that more babies are born, outside of wedlock. The the traditional role as a father, it's not in the psyche because it's been programmed and erased by a system that didn't want us to be part of the system. It didn't want us to be part of the program. They built the penitentiaries for us. They built all of these camps for us. They locked their youth up early. They start taking them out of society, giving them a record early to make them less likely to compete with their, counterparts, the
All right,
white people.
look, I want to give a shout out to Jerry Allen and Southside Compton, and to those that's asking what happened to your rents. Go look at the last live. Got to clean some stuff up. You guys been out of control. You guys been taking your personal conflicts and making them and taking it out on people over here on this platform. I don't have nothing to do with y'all, whatever y'all got going on other platforms. So I have to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Have to kind of limit wrenches, man. Got a little too out of hand. So we got to restore some order over here. And don't take it personal. I just don't know who's doing all the banning. And I don't know who all are on that period today or last week or the month before. So moving forward, I'm going to stick to the ones that I know do a great job. And if they mess up, the next mess up, if there's one, I'm going to just take everybody's wrench except Crystal's. So, and Shaniqua's. And I got people hating on Shaniqua too, but Shaniqua's my girl though. So yeah, can't have all that hating. Now back to you was talking about the long table. I know you didn't get to see Bulldog's interview yet, right?
I'm gonna look at it tonight. I haven't looked at it yet.
All right, McMullen, good looking out. Appreciate it. I seen Joe Mosley. Is the long table an early predecessor to today's grid problem? I see similarities: Rosie Greer and Bulldog, Jim Brown and Green Eye Keystone, Big U, and the New Era. He's saying
You,
that he sees what's going on today. He's seen a lot of similar things back in Jim Brown's and Rosie Greer's day.
oh yeah, and I think that a program like the Long Table, you know, it would fit in. It would fit in today's society. You know, if someone had the courage to organize it, you know, in that way, you know. But now it would take just as much of an effort that it took, you know, back then. You know, and everybody says, "Oh, the streets are so dangerous, and this is so this and this." The streets aren't really dangerous. It's just that a lot of people are afraid, you know. And I analyze fear, and I analyze being frightened. You know, you got these people, they are frightened. You know, they got this fear. It's two different levels, you know, of being scared. You know, and people need to knock it off. You don't need to always have your gun. You don't always need to be all on edge, like, oh, I'm gonna bust the cap. But it's not gonna make you a big man. You're not gonna have your gun when you go in jail. You're
I
not gonna
would
have it
say,
in prison.
yeah, I mean, Compton girls cool. Actually, all the females are cool. So
Mm.
I could have just said the females, but Crystal's like the main moderator. She's the original, and she does most of the moderating. But yeah, Crystal, I don't even see Alicia Mammy no more, so she already lost her wrench.
I don't understand this, Kev, about the wrench thing. Is that I don't understand why someone would block someone. I don't, because it's like, okay, if you're gonna block someone, you should, before you block them, you should say, hey, Kev, I'm thinking about blocking this person because A, B, C, or D. You got to have an A, B, C, or D while you're going to block someone. You just shouldn't go willy nilly with your wrench. You get to blocking people indiscriminately. You make our number count go down. We like to debate with people. Everybody isn't got the same opinion. So
Right,
it's all right to have conflict,
right.
you know, within inside of the cyberspace, you
Yeah,
know,
that's what I
so
was.
just
That's what
blocking. Oh,
I agree, Cuse, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but
yeah.
you hit a major point for me. That's what I was trying to tell them. I don't mind if somebody disagrees. I don't mind if somebody come and got something bad to say about me or anything like that. The only problem I got is when you start spamming and taking over the comment section, because now you're being disrespectful, not just to me, but to everybody. That's what we call trolls. So if you're not trolling, I don't have a problem with a debate, some bagging, none of that shit. And then the only other pet peeve I got, say for example, I got Cute on here and he's talking about a serious issue. I don't want you guys joking and shooting jokes at me or anybody else in the comment section while a serious topic is going on, especially if it's a guest that we never had on before. But other than that, man, I don't mind no debating with y'all or going back and forth. I always said we shouldn't have to censor each other. And if my moderators can't take on my approach, then that changes things. And it's a reflection on me. But again, a lot of this stuff is started over other channels because you guys go around like prostitutes. You're on everybody else's channel. And now you know everybody else's what they like and don't like and who they like and don't like. And then y'all get to doing all this beefing and throwing names up, throwing names in the hat. And now you don't like this person or that person, and you want everybody else not to like that person. Well, the only way you could get that person back is to knock them off KevMac video. So that's where everything gets twisted up. But if you remember where you was at, Cuse, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, I agree with everything you just said. And it's like, here it is. We trying to get, all right, buddy. We trying to get our viewership, you know, up. We want a high viewership. And then as our viewership grows, then you know we reach more people. So our objective is to reach some of the at-risk youth, you know, so to deter them from a life of incarceration and crime. I mean, some people don't have a purpose. You know, they just wake up in the morning, blasé, you know, no ambition. They don't they don't see a future for themselves. And what if you 13 or 14 and you take on this blasé attitude about life, in general. And then you just want to ride around on your skateboard all day and stay in your little area, and you don't want to take any risk to try to do, something new, something courageous. And it's a shame if you give up, and we're not promoting people to be giving up. We're promoting people to, take a proactive stance within their own life, things they're empowered to do for themselves. Get up in the morning, go look for a job, get up in the morning, go to school, get up in the morning, clean up, have a routine, do something, go buff some iron, do something. Just don't get up in the morning and want to get high. And then you just chase getting high all day. Wait over here for the connection. Your whole life is just sitting around getting high, and you want this fake feeling. It's not even real. The joy that you feel when you're high is not real. The sensation, the euphoria that you feel isn't real. It's on borrowed time. It's not created from anything. You want to be high. High for what? What is being high? High is a waste of time. After a while, it deteriorates your brain cells. Can't even function in society. Can't even take care of yourself. No one wants to be around you anymore. So you
Hey,
young,
hey,
yeah.
hey, Klaus, it's all good. Don't trip. Like I said, you guys don't take it personal. It's for the betterment of the channel. We was getting 300 people every live. Now we getting 200 or under 200. Q's, what was your hardest transition after coming home doing all that time?
The hardest transition for me was, just understanding that everything out here is going to take time for me to, catch up. Everybody has that feeling, like you feel like you need to catch up. And when you get out, you don't have a car, you don't have a job, you don't really have an income, and you want to like catch up. And you get this overwhelmed feeling like, damn, I'm never going to catch up, And then, you had these thoughts of giving up, maybe. It's just the brain is funny, man. After you've been a certain place so long, there was things you needed inside of that environment to survive. You use those tools out here, you're gonna go back up in there real fast. So it was different situations that I had to look at, and reevaluate my response and how I'm gonna deal with it. Being told no, someone raising their voice at me, just little minor. For the average person, these things would be minor, but not for me. It wasn't that minor. So the hardest thing for me was adapting to people and their different mannerisms out here, and how close they want to come up on me, and just the whole dynamic of relax, man, and get out of your prison. Get out of that state of mind, and let people live and let live. Like that. Don't have that I want to smash you type of mentality. And don't, for me not to set up in my mind a script that I'm going to play out of someone do A, B, C, or D, and then I end up back in prison again. I had to dismantle all of these things in my psyche, and it wasn't easy. I had to do it though, and I did it. So I tell anyone who's been incarcerated a long time, when you get out, man, you need to decompress. You need to like take it slow. Don't try to catch up, because you'll never catch up. That's my advice.
Okay,
Yeah,
Q's.
yeah.
Did you know LA County Jail correctional officer, which would be a deputy if they're in the county jail, in the 80s, it had a fake leg who lived on 79th and Halldale.
No, I didn't. I didn't know that someone on 79th and Hardale was a correctional officer. On 79th and Hardale, it's funny. I knew a family that lived on the corner of 79th and I think that was Hardale, and the father was a sheriff, and he had two boys, and yeah, that's the only police I knew. But there was a lot of police that lived in the neighborhood. Odie Shaw and them lived next door to a police. I believe they worked at 77. So there were black police that lived in the community.
Dana, good looking out, man. Appreciate it.
My mother was a probation officer, so there was other probation officers, camp counselors that lived in that area. We wasn't anti-cop. I'm not anti-cop now. I just don't like corrupt cops. I don't like bad cops. I don't like weak cops that don't stand up to protect the citizens from the bad cops. But yet you can kick down my door, come in my house, because I did something, criminal. But when crime's all around you, cops, and you can't police your own, then that tells me that your system's broken.
Hey, did you ever have a rooster?
Yeah, I had a rooster.
On the east side or west side?
What's that?
On the east side or west side?
He asked me if I ever had a chicken, right?
Yeah, when you was living on the east side or the west side?
Oh, no, I had my rooster when I lived on, well, you could say the east side. I lived on 18th Street.
Yeah, okay. I figured that's why I asked that question, because you don't see a lot of them on the west side.
Yeah, but let me tell you what kind of roosters I had. I had a red Rhode Island red rooster. I had a white leghorn rooster. I had a game chicken rooster who didn't like none of the roosters. Damn. Roosters don't get along with each other. So I had them separated. I had a lot of pets when I was coming up.
Man, how much was eggs back in your day? A dozen of eggs?
I didn't hear you, kid.
How much was a dozen of eggs in your day?
Well, I used to sell the eggs, and I would sell a dozen of eggs for $2.50. And they would be big brown eggs from the Rhode Island Reds, and the big white eggs from the Leghorn chickens. From those, they had the white ones. So it wasn't that expensive. But how much are eggs now?
I don't know. They high. You froze up, cutes. See you later. $3.50 for 18. Sorry, y'all. OG Cutes froze up. We didn't like them roosters making that noise in the morning. No, we didn't. Them roosters will cause a fight, man. You hear them roosters all the way down the block if you hear them, right? But on the east side and the low bottoms, man, that was some normal shit. They wake you up. That was your alarm clock on the east side. Froghorn is hilarious. $6.99, the lowest in my area. Damn, Deuce. Deuce, not a factor. Yeah. Now, can you hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you a lot better. What was going on?
Your phone or your connection tripped out.
Oh, okay.
So they said back then it was about $1.75, but nowadays it's $6.50 or $6.99. $6.99.
You in most areas you could have chickens. They're easy to take care of. All you gotta do is feed them mash. Mash don't cost a lot.
Them damn things, they eat anything. They a lot of guys that raise pigeons. I don't know about in your day, but in my day, when you go out near Compton or the pet stores, the outdoor pet stores, they'll have chickens or roosters, and they kind of clean up after the pigeons. They eat the pigeon food that's on the ground and some of the other stuff that's on the ground.
Yeah.
Tori Thompson said you're an animal connoisseur.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I used to show animals in the Pomona Fair, so I came up in an environment like that. You know, I almost was a member of the 4-H club, but they were very racist, and they didn't want the brothers in there. You know, so I didn't become a member of the 4-H club.
Young Tiny, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm glad for him.
I'm glad you did one on Bulldog though, because you know that was my personal friend.
Let me see.
And
Have Cuse ever got in your cage? Have he ever got in your cage? No, Cuse ain't never seen my cage. Hell no. I wasn't even. I had already quit raising pigeons by the time Cuse got out.
yeah,
Kev, you think, man, I took some pictures of my last pigeon cage. I don't know what I did with them. I'm assuming when I moved to Vegas and my computer was full that I figured the pigeon cage pictures could go. They were expendable.
hey, let
Oh,
me
you
tell
say
you.
cats? No, no cats never got my cage, but possums got in there, and a raccoon has gotten in there though. But no cat ever got my cage.
A cat got in my cage.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he wreaked havoc too.
How'd you let a cat get in your cage?
He went in through the trap door, and I had those little clothes hanger wires. And when I would call my pigeons back with the corn in the can, when I would let them up hungry, they would come into the cage like that. And I didn't put no door right there where I could shut it, and I just left it, and the cat went right through there.
Mm.
Dropped down in there, killed like 9 pigeons, and was still there. He was still in there when I got up. The cat couldn't get out.
Um, yeah, I was gonna say that. Ain't no cat getting out your trap door unless
Yeah,
he
the
hell of
cat,
a smart and you got a hell of a setup to where he could play with the trap door to get back out.
yeah, he couldn't get out. The cat was still there.
He lucky you didn't burn him in gasoline.
Yeah, I wasn't that cruel though. All I did was cuss him out,
Cause
chased him with the broom, and got him up out of there. And he disappeared just as soon as I gave him wind of freedom. He was gone.
the possums and the raccoons, they did damage. They didn't kill everything, but they killed over 60%.
And did I tell you guys that my dog broke his leg, my puppy?
You didn't tell them, but you told me.
All right, so it was 2 weeks ago. My puppy broke his leg. So I built a petition. My puppy's like 3 months old, little baby. So broke the back leg, snapped it high by where the hip is, between that bone, in the middle of the bone. So they wanted this amount of money. So I said, okay, I'm gonna raise money. So I did it. And so tomorrow I'm gonna take the puppy to the hospital, but I'm gonna cross the border. And I'm gonna take him over there to one of the orthopedic, in Plius. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. What I wanted you guys to know is that, man, for the last 2 weeks, I've been like, you know how they say if a horse breaks his leg, the horse is gonna get fever, and you gotta shoot the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought I was gonna have to put my puppy down when she first broke her leg, because they wanted their money up front and I didn't have it. And I was like, well, I don't want my puppy to suffer. So they gave me these pills. So the lady said, just give her the pills. But I don't know. Maybe we could just amputate it. It'll be cheaper. I said,
Ooh.
nah, I don't want to amputate the leg like that. So I took the puppy home and I put it on soft stuff. Man, you know, even though her leg is broke, she could still walk on it. And tomorrow I'm taking her to get her bone, you know, grafted together. I guess they're gonna do it with some type of metal or whatnot. And the swelling has went down. The dog got a ferocious appetite, and it doesn't even act like it doesn't have no fever, none of those things. So that's the power of prayer. I had my sister pray for it. I've been praying for it, and then it just had me all, you know, discombobulated. I ain't been feeling good because it was my fault for building a petition that collapsed, and I knew that the Malinois puppy was a climber. You know,
That's the answer to your question, Compton Girl. A Malinois puppy.
yeah.
Mr. Bellacosa, can you ask Hughes, did he grow up with any Belizeans? And how long does he recall Jefferson Park and Exposition Park having a big Belizean population?
Well, you're talking about people from Belize, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first Belizean friend I ever had was in New Folsom. He was a boxer, and I think he was ranked, but he was real high ranked. He wasn't low ranked, and he was the coolest brother, you know, one of the coolest brothers that I met. And he and I worked in the kitchen together. And he told me about Belize. He told me that it had a rainforest. He told me that they had exotic animals, parrots and whatnot. He told me that the country was, you know, like, you know, economically challenged country. And he said it's a beautiful country and that the dollar is worth so much over there, you know. So he said, Gilbert, if you ever retire, you ought to retire to Belize. And then you could get a big old house for, you know, way cheaper than what it costs over here. And no, I didn't. I wasn't out for when those parks you named start. Belizeans start migrating in them areas right there. Now, when I left the street, those areas was predominantly black, and early on, maybe some Asians lived over in that area too.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what Joy's talking about. Joy, Crystal, where are my glasses, baby? Cuse, when you gonna start putting a book or audio book together, and what's the title you gonna give it?
I've been thinking of a name for my book, I'm not gonna put Tales of the Crib because that's too demonic, you know. So I'll just, you know, probably give my book a simple name, you know, Street Thug or something, you know, something like that, you know.
Okay. I think the 77th Street Crips was mentioned in that Bulldog profile. Never heard too much about them 77th Street Crips on the west side. So I guess,
Well, the
you know,
77th Street uh, Crips, you gotta realize that Bulldog started them. You know, that he was a leader. He was a leader over there. They say Richard Miles was over there too back in the day. Anyway, before they called themselves the 77th Street Boys at first, and they fought against Crips at first. They had a big fight up under the freeway over there. That's when Pretty Boy got cut with the machete. Bulldog had hit him with the machete across his cheek, and Pretty Boy was on the Crip side, and Bulldog was on the 77th Street gang side, and he was the leader, you know, and that's history, you know, that had taken place. You know, to become a Crip, you usually had your own gang somewhere else, and then, you know, we had conflict with the Crips, and then we became Crips too.
all right, title suggestion, Magnificent Redemption. And Casper wants to know if he could get a Raymond Washington story.
Yeah, I'll give you a Raymond Washington story. Okay, so Rusty had had just came home, and we were all up at Centinela Park, and we got there early. Raymond pulled up in the white one. He had a '61 Chevy, So I think he got it. I think he brought it from PP, Big PP, from the East Side, his homeboy. And so Raymond pulls up, and soon as him and Rusty see each other, it's like uncle and nephew. They're gonna be wrestling in the grass, playing, just going crazy on each other. And then I'm like, what the hell? And so they over there wrestling. So next thing I know, we all wrestling with Raymond, and we just having fun, man. And it's Sunday, and we just on the grass wrestling, flipping, and Raymond's tossing us around like rag dolls, and we coming in for more, trying to get them down. You know, it was just, that's how it would be. And we would just be over there playing, and everybody would just be standing back watching us. And then it was just the joy we had for each other. You know, we would always be happy to see each other, you know, and play, and just, I don't know. Raymond was a big kid too, you know, and he loved it. He loved it, the Crips, man. You know, we dug Raymond too, you know, and we just chilled in the park. Me and Raymond, we broke up 2 pit bull fights that day. Raymond, he didn't have a stomach for watching a dog fight, and neither did I. We had outgrew it. Maybe we had a taste for it, you know, at one time. But at this particular time, we were done with it. We didn't see no entertainment in it, and we checked the people that was fighting the dogs that day. Yeah, and Raymond grabbed one, and I grabbed the other. We didn't even know the dogs. Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, somebody want to know. I don't know if I understand the question, but
Yeah.
what did you guys want to do in the civil rights movement for our people?
What did I want to do? It's not what I wanted to do for the civil rights movement for our people. When during the civil rights abuse of our people, I was being affected by it, by the way I saw the people being assassinated that was in the movement, and the way that the youth were being treated because of it. You know, it affected us too. But we were too young to participate. We were children.
Hey, you remember Smiley from Donovan, who has the podcast?
Yeah, my white buddy, Big Smiley, OG. James Miller introduced me to Smiley and Donovan, and James told me this is a cool wood. And he said, yeah, Smiley's a cool wood. So Smiley was a cool wood. He carried himself real serious. He liked the buff iron. He was a biker, so I automatically dug that because, you know, I grew up around motorcycles from my father and uncle. So Smiley carried himself in a cool way, and he was a convict. He did a lot of time just like a Crazy Dog, you know, and he had the respect of the brothers, and he gave brothers their respect. Everybody stay in their own lane, and convicts respect each other. He never snitched on nobody. He did all of his time on the main line, and he didn't drop out. So you got to respect the convict like that. I don't care what race he is.
Right.
And Smiley, my props go out to you from OG Cutes. Glad you made it home.
Man, they ask this question all the damn time. Did any Magnificent Sevens turn A-Tray gangster besides your brother?
You know, just Rusty. Yeah. And my little brother, little Frank,
Mm-hmm.
little Lucky, he didn't turn. That was his first game.
Cutes was James Miller on a level 3 or level 2 at Donovan?
Donovan was level 3.
Really?
It was just like level 4.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, it was nothing but lifers on our yard. They made a lifer yard.
What year
And
was
all the lifers on that yard was sent there for to go to a therapeutic program to see were they ready to go back into society.
Early 1990s?
Yeah, 93, 94, 95, right up in there. James Miller had like 200 points. I had 200 and some points. We were never going to be. Uh, we had level 4 points for the next 20 years.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Hold
so
on.
they had to revamp the point system, and they took a bunch of our points away. But every time you got a 115, that adds like 4 more points.
Hey, I had a question. I'm talking to Cutes, right?
Yeah,
You, when you was in Donovan, you was on level 3.
yeah,
I never knew that. Was James Miller on the yard with you from Harlem?
yeah.
He was. Damn, you never told me that.
That's your brother?
Big Harlem came down there. Q's, they all came from Folsom.
Yeah, we all came from
Yeah,
Folsom.
yeah. He said that. Big H is my partner. I fuck with Big H.
Yeah, Big H. Yeah. Hey, that's your brother.
Yeah, that's my brother.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Pretty good. That's a trip. I didn't know that Kevin was your brother.
Yeah.
You remember me and Donovan?
Yeah, I remember you.
You remember when I used to buff the soccer goal?
Yeah.
I was telling these dudes I would be back arming the soccer goal. It weighed like almost 200 pounds, and me and football would be doing kickouts with it.
I remember when you came down there, you was like, you like Donovan because they feed a lot of beans down there.
Yeah. And that's
Every day.
it's safe to eat. It won't kill you.
Hey,
Yeah.
you didn't ever take no flicks with the OG dudes in Donovan?
No.
Damn. I never knew
Man,
you did time with BJ.
hey man, I'm glad you made it home. Hey, you remember when me and James Miller were Sally's?
Yeah.
Everybody say, how you and James Miller Shelly up and you guys was at it with each other?
Remember
Cause
what used to be down there, Yoke.
You remember Yog?
yeah.
Remember when he got killed back then?
Yeah, Yoke from Harlem came down there. He was on the yard with us.
That's crazy. Hey, I'm gonna holler at you though, Lamont. I'm on my show right now.
Okay.
All right, later.
All right, big homie. Man, that's good. Your brother checked in.
Man, I didn't know he did time on the yard with all them dudes. He's so quiet. He don't talk. He don't tell me shit.
I bet you he remembered Geronimo Pratt.
Yeah. I met Geronimo Pratt. He thought I was my brother.
Yeah, see, because Geronimo used to bench press with me. Yeah, that was my buffing buddy.
Yeah.
I knew he would remember James, Big J. He probably remember Bam too.
No, he remember everybody, but he never talked about it, so he never told me that. Only person he mentioned that was up there in Donovan was you and Crip Stacy.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask him about Hollywood Henderson. Damn, that's what I wanted to ask him.
Oh, Hollywood was in Donovan too?
No. I like Hollywood Henderson because he's just straight down to earth. I was going to ask your brother what kind of person was he.
Yeah, they was in Chino together.
I already know me and Hollywood Henderson would have been buddies. We would have been buffing buddies.
Yeah. Let me see. Compton Girl said, Mr. Cutes, did you know any Mingos from back in the day?
Oh yeah, I knew Arthur Mingo, Freddie Mingo. You got to remember the Mingo brothers had their own gang too. You know, and they had conflict with a Crip gang, and they ended up turning into Crips too.
Wow.
I knew the Mingos.
Good question, Compton Girl. Damn, how many brothers y'all met? How many Panthers y'all met?
I met a great number of Panthers.
Yeah, see, Cuse went 79, and he did a lot of time on some heavy yard. Geronimo Pratt is the only one I met. I met him in the county jail when he came back down before he was released. And then I met a couple on the street, but I don't know no big names and nothing like that. I'm too young. I didn't run across too many Panthers.
I met Fitzgerald, Big Chip, R.I.P., Big Red, R.I.P., Hugo Pennell. I guess we could say Hugo was a Panther too, by way of George Jackson. I never met George Jackson, but I met his first cousins, Dan Cole, Binky Cole. I met his mother. It was either his mother or his mother's sister. I met her. She was white. And I met what other Panther? I met Big Mata. He was a Panther. That was Marcelli. I met it was a lot of Panthers. You know, I wanted to meet the guy who wrote Soul on Ice, but he had gotten out, so I didn't get to meet him. I never met Huey Newton. He had gotten out, so I didn't get to meet Huey. And Rochelle McGee, I hollered at him on the tier. He didn't like to come out of his cell. He was just, he was in his own world. He wasn't in PC or anything, nothing like that. He was just been through a lot, and he didn't trust a lot of people, so he kind of like stayed to himself. He would
Hey,
talk to people that he liked, though.
sorry. Tony Moore and Big Lee, good looking out. J. Rose said, can I get another story on my uncle Crazy Mike from 83rd and Western? He's been down almost 30 years.
Okay, so me and Crazy Mike we're lookalikes. So one night the Crazy Mike was out, and these dudes pull up and say, "There go Cute, let's blast them." And so the dudes, they tried to get at Crazy Mike, but Crazy Mike dealt with it the way he was supposed to deal with it. So that's one story of Crazy Mike. The other story was a foot race. So him and Rusty, they were on 83rd down the street from the McDonald's. So either he called Rusty out or Rusty called him out. And Rusty was fast, but I could beat Rusty sometimes. Sometimes he could beat me. Depends on what kind of shoes I got on. So this night, Mike claims he beat Rusty. So a few years later, we end up in Donovan, and so Mike's bragging about how fast he is, and how he beat Rusty. And I'm just looking and listening, and everybody's like laughing, and we sitting there. So I said, you know what, Mike? I'm calling you out to a race right now. He says, all right, what kind of shoes you got on? I said, I'm gonna race you in these steak boots. And then no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. I'm gonna beat you in steak boots. So we went and took it to the track. We were in the 100-yard dash 5 times, and every time we race, Mike won. By a small person. Like one person at the head. I couldn't beat him. I couldn't beat your uncle, man. But
Hey,
your uncle is a good dude, man.
I'm still tripping off Donovan being a level 3, man. I didn't know he was on level 3. He did that whole level 3 for three and a half years, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then I'm surprised he never mentioned Big James. If he would have told me you was on the yard and James was on the yard, you know what I would have told him? Well,
Yeah.
go out there and take a flick with them.
Wow. Yeah,
That's
we
what I
were
would
there
have
when we
told him.
got your magazine with Pookie on the cover.
But that was before that.
This was before that.
I mean, I'm saying y'all was locked up before I had the magazine. But
Oh, most definitely.
I would have told him, I would have said, man, go out there and I would have sent him picture duckets, whatever I had to do. I would have got y'all called out on a visit. I would have had y'all send a visiting form. I used to go up to Donovan to visit him because he had a little son. His son was born in 91. He was already in Donovan from 91 and 94.
Okay, so you our names had already been on the street, so we wasn't forgotten about, and you would have recognized who we were. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I didn't know what you looked like, but I already knew everything about you. Like I said, we all of us, including you, we're associated to Squally D.
Exactly.
So anybody that hung with Squally, I done heard the names and stories and stuff. But Big James Miller, hell yeah, his name been popping because everybody think he started Harlem Crip.
Right.
So, and then Blue Magic and CCO, so his name been popping.
Yeah, and James was a good brother, man. And James and Big Bam would do chess together. Me and James would do back and stand up arms and back arms together. James had like 3 different workout buddies because he was a beast. He was strong too. Man, and that brother was in good health, because he did all that time from juvenile hall all the way up. And like one dude said that James used to be chubby. I kind of remember when James was once chubby in juvenile hall, but he burnt all of that stuff off.
Yeah.
That
He
was
said,
just baby
hey,
fat.
hey, you know what I like?
Huh.
Here you got a dude from Watts that didn't gang bang. He was a jacker, but he was more like a boy. And he's
Yeah,
from Watts. And then you got big old AC that was locked up with him in juvenile hall.
yeah,
And both of them said he used to walk like this.
yeah, 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 because he'd be walking flexing.
Yeah.
He would stroll, and he could do it because he had the armor to do it. You know, AC had a stroll too because these were big kids. The biggest kids in there was Pookie, AC, James Miller, Berta Swan, uh, Big Bub from Great. These dudes were like had 19s, little kids with 19s.
Mm.
You know, Big Belgium. You know, these kids was on swole up in there. Hoove was up in there. Mouse was in there. Shit.
Damn.
It was everybody was in there.
Hey, what's up to everybody? Speaking of me and Cutes, what's up? And that's a good question about my brother. But here's the thing: I'm not gonna say never, but I'll tell you this: my brother don't talk a lot, and he's never been on film before, so I don't know. He might warm up like Cutes did, or he may be like Big Rick and not ever want to be on the camera. So I don't know. I don't know. He's a cool dude though, quiet, relaxed, laid back. But what I can do and what I will do though, I'll film him when we together. But that don't mean he's gonna talk. That don't mean he's gonna answer no questions or get no interview. But um, he's cool. He's laid back, especially after doing all this last term. He's real laid back when we talk on the phone and shit. He was a little stressed out. I told Cutes one day, I said, man, my brother's stressing. He ain't never stressed out while he was locked up.
Mm.
Cutes was like, yeah, because he's getting close to coming home. So tell him just to kick back and relax.
And I was able to do that because I went through the same. I was in that same state, you know, so I knew how to, you know, feel it. You know, I had empathy for that situation. I got a Raymond Washington story that ain't nobody ever heard.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so in East Lake Juvenile Hall, Raymond breaks out. So Raymond comes out like between the ceiling and where the back window is. Raymond has something and he knocks all of that away and he gets out of there. Yeah. Raymond gets out. Raymond busts up out of there. Yeah.
Hey, I'm laughing because I'm just imagining this. Tony Moore said, Cutes will get your brother to talk on camera with him. And now, my first thought is, man, my brother ain't finna listen to no older dude. And my second thought is, Cutes would open him up. When he see Cutes, he would open up. I agree. I agree with that. I'm not saying we're gonna do it, but I agree. I think Cutes could get him to open up on camera.
Yeah, because he remembers a lot of stuff that took place in Donovan that I probably forgot.
Man, you see, he knew who your celly was, where you was at, who was down. Man, I told you he was the one that told me
He
that he.
probably remembers some fights I got in and all kind
I'm
of shit.
sure. I'm sure. What's funny about him is he always rolled with the underdog, like Miz from 9-0.
Mm-hmm.
You get up in the prison like in the 80s up in Soledad or wherever. The Hoovers wasn't letting no 9-0s come up in there without no problem. Bro
Yeah.
be like, he with us. You know, y'all want issues? 9-0, 6-0, 6-0, 9-0. He was that type of dude. So a lot of dudes liked him because he wouldn't just let a superior group of people take advantage of you.
Yeah, he wasn't scary.
Nah, he was never scary. He's passive but never scary.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later. I was saying goodbye to my buddy right there.
Won't be in Vegas, but I will be in LA the following week. Hope I can run into you, Kev. You might, because if we in Vegas the week before my actual birthday, which is after the weekend, I probably will go to LA. Maybe, maybe not. Who
How
knows?
your car running?
Car's running good. It seemed like the fuel filter's dirty or something, but it's running good.
Oh, okay. So at least you got that taken care of with the spark plugs and
Oh
the
yeah,
ignition coils.
yeah, it's a lot smoother. That's for sure. Smooth as Compton's girl's ass.
Hmm.
How tall is your brother, Kev? He's shorter than me. He's probably 5'11", maybe 5'10" and a half, 5'11", something like that.
That was a trip, man. I remember. You know what's crazy? When I heard your brother's voice, I recognized it. That's what was crazy.
And look, he only talked like that because you know how y'all do all that prison time.
Yeah,
Sometimes your demeanor, like how you said, people look at you, feel like you still walk like you locked up. When you're in there for that long, it's certain characteristics that you pick up and just keep, and they stay with you. His voice, how you hear his voice, that's a
yeah,
penitentiary voice. Because he used to
yeah.
talk real soft. Now he talks more so you can hear him clearly, more definitive in what he's speaking on.
It's a trip because when you're in there, you got to talk loud because you're in a big space and there's other people talking. It's a noisy place. So you don't realize how loud you are until you get in a different environment. Then you realize, oh, I don't have to talk loud.
Mm.
You know, it rubs off on you.
Yeah.
What the audience talking about?
Oh, there go King Real. King Real want to ask you a few questions before you get on. Oh, you still, it's early, so you can still.
King Real, what's up, man?
King Real, I posted a link for you, man. Don't ask no silly questions. I just had to throw that in there, man, so you're pre-warned. Mac Heads and Maniacs, what up, King Real? The link is there, man. You had a couple questions for Cutes, and you wanted to kind of, I think you want to speak up for your boy, man.
Who that?
This guy that did the DJ Quick interview talking about when Quick had to fight in Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Talking about when he was rapping and then the brothers had the little melee inside of the stadium.
Yes, yes, yes.
I guess that must have felt good. You're up there rapping about some gangster shit, and then gangster shit breaks out up all around you. I would have been rapping hard then. I would have been like, yeah, this is what's up. Nobody was busting any caps. I would have said, fight on. I'm going to rap.
Right, right. Fitzgerald said, Cutes, did you ever try to get married while you was in prison?
Try to get married? No.
I tried, and I wasn't even in there long. I was trying to get my points down, and I was trying to make some more babies. You know, Cutes, while I was locked up, they cut the conjugal visits out.
Yeah, they cut him out. They cut him out when I was there too for the lifers.
Man, my dumb ass rolled for the lifers, homie. Lifers didn't even ride for themselves.
Well, maybe at certain institutions they
I mean,
did.
I'm speaking on the yard I was on,
Oh
not
yeah,
not the whole system.
yeah. But the guy non-lifers were able to get him right.
I don't remember that part. I don't think so, but maybe. But I didn't go to work that day, and I wouldn't be accounted for count time, and I stayed out on the yard when we was locked down, and the lifers didn't do none of that shit.
Yeah, that must have just been a super program yard
I think it was, man.
for the lifers. They have that disposition because in my yard they protested. They didn't go eat. They were doing legal stuff. They were doing everything that wasn't self-destructive because, I mean, if you're going on conjugal visits, you kind of programming anyway, because you you can't go with a 115.
Right.
You know, so those brothers that were getting them, they were already, you know, sort of mature acting. They knew how to do their time. You know, they knew how to miss, you know, the conflicts that, you know, would set the average person back in the hole. Usually the lifers are smart dudes, you know, they're either in the law library or they've been through a lot, so they mature.
Right. That makes sense though, because the guys that had, matter of fact, the people with violent crimes couldn't have no visit. And you're right, the people that was getting in trouble, coming back from the hole and shit, they couldn't go.
Yeah, so it's like an incentive. They were using the conjugal visits like incentive. And a lot of guys would just want to go out there with their mother. Their mother could bring their kid up. Because you could go out there without being married. You could go out there, your mom could bring your kid up, I think, and they called family visits.
Right.
That's what they really called family visits. So it like brought families together too, because your family could come and spend time with you. But yeah, it was. I think that they should have more programs like that where people could be with their family, and they would behave different. It makes you do your time differently. People who are going on family visits didn't behave the way that people who never been on one would act.
Hey, Salinas Valerie Port and Young Tiny, what up? King Real, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brothers?
What's up?
Got it.
What's up, Cutes, Kel?
How you doing, brother? Everything's good.
Yeah. I just got back from the Mavs game, man. They whooping on the Pelicans right now, so we left a little bit early.
All right. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, so I had a few questions, man. That I tried to think of. Things that Go ahead. I try to think of things that that the Macheads and Maniacs haven't asked you, that maybe I haven't seen that they've asked you, but I try to come up with some things. But
hey, your volume's real low. Kind of speak up for us.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now?
I hear you, but you're a little bit low.
Okay. Yeah. So one thing is, man, after all the time that you spent behind bars, what is the one thing that you need or that you see that the system needs to change within the system and able to better the lives of those incarcerated, if that makes sense.
All right. So one of the things that I think could improve, growth within the individual that is incarcerated within inside of the institution that the system could do is they need to introduce more programs from the street. They need to have ties to industry, like different agencies. Like you see out here, you have Amazon, you have all these big corporations. They need, in prison, they got a thing called PIA, and that prison labor, it's not really good for the prisoners because it's not really giving them a marketable skill, but they need to bring in industries from out here that's going to give them a marketable skill. And they need to get kickbacks. The industry needs to get a kickback for hiring them upon release, but they already get in their training and their pay while they in there, so they need to build more industry, more jobs. And also, people need to get their IDs and everything while they're in there, and they have them in their file. Like they need to get their Social Security card while they're in there. That should be in their file. If they have a driver's license, it needs to keep being renewed. They shouldn't have to lose it, and that should be placed in their file. Upon release, here's your driver's license. Here's your Social Security card. Now, if you have to go look for a job, you don't have to go stand in this line to get this, to do that, to go look for a job. You already got your credentials when you hit the door, like that. And more training programs. You know, industry needs to be friendly with the prison outside of this day labor, prison labor, bullcorn that they got them doing now where they ain't paying them nothing. And they need to pay them a marketable wage. They need to make a good amount of money while they're in there. Like when I was in there, I made minimum wage because I was a welder. I made brewery tanks for the brewery industry while that
Okay.
was available there. I'm a marketable skill. I was a MIG and TIG welder. You know, I taught myself how to weld in there with the help of my, you know, colleagues, my inmates that would train me. So there's things
So
meant to do.
not sorry to cut you off. So minimum wage in there. What was it when you were in there?
It was, I think it was like 6 something or 5 something.
6 cents.
No, dollars.
Oh, you talking about a PIA?
Oh, PIA, that was like, what was it, like a dollar something an hour. It was like $1.90 something an hour. They was ripping them off.
Right.
Right, of course.
They made all the mattresses, they made the lockers, they made the tennis shoes, they had lens crafters where they made lens grinding, they made glasses, prescription glasses. You know, they had all that. They wasn't paying them brothers a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, of course. Right.
They had X-ray technician.
I think that's what it's all about. Is they should be setting them up for success on the other end. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I feel at all costs in the past, and even currently, I think they're just setting them up for failure. And that's, you know, so I you know, even though I've never been incarcerated, but I think that's the way it should be going. It's setting them up for success, like you said.
And King Real, you know how you guys got the chow hall in the military?
Right.
You know how the food is kind of bland, kind of plain?
Trash.
You call it trash?
Oh yeah, trash. Yeah. Well, I take it back, man. It depends on the chow hall you go to. You might go to an Air Force chow hall and shit.
But that gives you a good idea of the prison chow hall.
Okay. So
Except y'all get a bigger variety. Y'all getting, you know, but I mean just the basic stuff.
Right. So that brings me to my next question as far as nutrition within the prison system. I know, Cute, you said many times that you had a limited to things that you would eat and drink when you were in there. So what do you think they need more of? Like in your case, is there certain foods that they could have given that you would have ate complete meals every day, or you just were on, hey, I'm just gonna eat, one time a day or whatever?
The part of the punishment and the psychological effect, that they try to impose on the victim. We victims once someone starts victimizing us through depriving us proper nutrition. So what they do is they give you a bunch of fake meat, soy patties with it's just unhealthy food. They're giving you processed eggs in milk cartons and in not real eggs. Everything is fake. And what they need to do is bring back, real grain, real beans, real rice, real chicken eggs, real steak, real chicken meat, real liver meat. They need to bring back real potatoes, real food, real milk, real coffee, and no processed fake food.
Right. I agree with that. How can they go about changing that? Does that come from the warden per se, or does that come from the state? Like how does that happen?
Oh, they already sold out. They already sold out to different people. They get a budget. They get a budget every year to run the prison, and they leave it to the warden, and then he puts someone over food, a specialist that's over the nutrition. They got a warden over that, and those people they dictate, what the menu is going to be for the whole year.
Oh, shit.
So they're the ones that sell out. They're the ones that say, well, this is nutrition. This is good. The scientists said this is good for them, this is good, this is good, this is good. They just now took away cigarettes not too long ago, which was bad, and then they took away all the good real meat, which is bad. And then they replaced it with bullcorn, So it would have to come down from the government. It would have to be an entity that's bigger than them to dictate to them to do it. And can it happen? Yeah, it could happen, but it would take some attention to be placed there for it to happen.
Okay, and I think this is a perfect segue into making the change, right? Like talking about it and being on this platform with Kev. That's why I want to bring up these questions, because I think that the more people that hear it, there might be people in positions of authority that can make the change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the least thing they want to spend money on in there is our food, our clothes, our upkeep with proper soap. They don't want to do that. They want all the money to go toward their overtime. See, each one is clearing over 150,000 a year. Easy. They clear over 150,000 a year easy. Probably 200,000 a year easy. You hear them talking about police reform, police this. Anytime they talk about that, they're just talking about giving them more raises to go to more classes. They don't need no reform. They already know what's right and what's wrong. What they need is to get fired. That should be the reform.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
They don't need no
group needs to be brought in.
Yeah, you don't need to throw no more money at that broken system. They don't need no reform. They know when they put a knee in someone's neck, it's gonna kill them. They know when they shoot someone that ain't got a gun that they committed murder. They know when they all stand around and watch someone get beat to death and no one intervenes. They don't need no reform.
Right. And that brings me to
fired.
Right, I agree. That brings me to my next point. I was watching Netflix, and there was a documentary on a prison riot that happened in Ohio back in 1993. There was like a standoff for 10 days, and I was searching online, like what changed within the system of the state prisons in Ohio after that riot. And according to what I read, they put millions of dollars into in pretty much to improve the prison systems in the state, but that millions of dollars only lasted like 2 years and went back to shit. So that brings me to my next point, that like riots, I believe riots change things. Like, let's go back to the LA riots. And Kev, Kev and Q's, I know you guys are experts on this, but the LA riots, after that happened, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Chief Daryl Gates resigned, correct? And then also, right? Am I right? Okay. And then also with that, from what I read and learned in school, is that that was the first start of community. They call it community policing within LA, which we know that was shit as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like they throw shit at the wall and knowing it won't stick. You know what I'm saying? So the LA riots is a perfect example, but that comes to my next question. I know, like I said, riots change things, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. Sometimes they try to change things and it doesn't change anything. So with all the time you spend in prison, Cutes, was there ever like a riot that happened? I'm not saying that you have to be involved in it or anything, but a riot that happened that changed the policy within the prison system?
Well, this guy named Tucson, he was my friend. In Tucson, he wrote up a thing saying it was cruel to put two men in a cell together, in this confined little space. So, he usually when something happens in prison that's going to better a condition, it usually takes place through the court system. Usually when you have a riot to try to change something, it brings attention to something that's taking place that's inhumane within that structure of that prison. But they usually send the people who participated all over the state. And they give them more time. They send them different places. They split up that unity, and then the prison goes back, or they lower the level of the prison, and they just change the whole psyche, but still they doing the same bullshit.
Right.
They just doing it with a different group of inmates who could tolerate it more than the inmates that were there at first who didn't want to tolerate it anymore. So
Right.
really nothing changes if nothing changes.
So policy is what needs to change.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it has to come down. It has to come down through the court. It has to be mandated.
Okay.
What needs to be changed is that the news needs to be able to go into prison and talk to the inmates. The inmates can't communicate with the news. The news knows that they can't communicate with the prisoners. That needs to be done away with.
So is that a prison? Is that a state by state?
No, the POA, the Power Force Prison Union in California, it passed the law because it brought legislatures, it brought congressmen, so they passed the law to where the news can't go in and talk to the inmates, and the inmates can't talk to the news.
So they're suffering in silence.
Yeah, so I can't come and tell you about the abuse. Right. I could tell one of my family members, and my family member could call the news, but then that would be secondhand information.
Right.
They need to get it from the horse's mouth. They need to get it from me. I could say, well, I witnessed some guards kill an inmate last night. See, that's how fresh it could be with me talking to the news immediately, but it's against the law for the news to interview me, to even write down what I'm telling them.
Yeah, that needs to change, bro. That's if you don't hear it straight from the horse's mouth, then you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So
that's why we didn't even realize we'd never know how many inmates died from COVID inside of the prison, and we don't even know the inhumane conditions that they were under before they suffered and died. We don't know what treatment they got or what treatment they didn't get. We don't know the confinement circumstances. No one has painted that picture for us. Why? Because no one went in there and interviewed the inflicted.
That's deep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely needs to change. But so my other question, Cutes, or comment. What, Kev, you need me a pause if I go too fast?
No, I'm just laughing because you in a groove.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, because I look, my mind's still on the game and chilling tonight. So I didn't know I was gonna be doing this tonight, but it's no better time than today. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
So my other thing is that one of my favorite stories from you is about your homeboy that you grew up with, that he held a party before he went to Vietnam, correct? And then he pretty much was saying at the party that he feels like he wasn't gonna come back.
Oh yeah, you talking about Too Tall from the Brims.
Right.
He was an older brother and he lived during a 67. So he was the leader of the Brims in my little area right there. You know, and so I'm just stepping into my Crippin'. And the Crips were young and the Crips were new. Brims, I don't care what nobody say. The Brims came before the Crips. So here we are at this party. Too Tall, he comes back from boot camp. When you go to boot camp, you go away for 90 days or whatnot, you go to boot camp. They know they're going to send you to war. So they let you come home, you know, say goodbye to your family, whatnot. So he comes home. We all hear he's home. He sends the word out that he's going to, you know, have a party, you know. So we are. The Crips in the neighborhood, my neighborhood and the Brim neighborhood is right next to each other. I mean, literally right next to each other. So Brim show up, me and the Crips show up. We all on the porch. I got my gauge. Mike and them got their gauge. We on the porch arguing, and two toss out. Everybody's coming in the party. Knock it off, basically. So he's the big homie. So we knock it off. But we have our gauges. We in the house, strapped. The brims is strapped, I'm strapped. We all in the house. We watching each other. We're not really paying too much attention to him. He's sitting on the beanbag. He got the speaker. He's chilling. We got the red light on. It's real dim in there, like a hotel room, you know. And he's jamming soft music, and he's talking. He's running it down to us. He's telling us. He's just rapping. He's deep. I'm getting bits and pieces of what he's saying because I'm full of my own conflict. But I'm listening to what he's saying. And I remember what he said. He basically said, we might not see each other again. That's what he basically was telling us. He was basically telling us to get along. He was telling us that that here we are in this room all together, you know, and this might be our last time to be in his presence, you know. And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna fuck with Tutar. You know, he's gonna be over there. He's gonna get his gun. He's gonna be all right in the jungle. I go to school. I go to Horseman. His sister goes to Horseman. She quit coming to class, and so I want to see what's going on. You know, and I find out her brother passed away. You know, he got killed he got killed in Vietnam. You know. They sent the poor black kids to the front line in that war with little training or no training at all. They rushed them out there on that battlefield with those Mattel stock rifles that would clog up when they get wet in the water. They sent them out there in that jungle, and they wasn't trained to fight a jungle war. You know, and they were ill-equipped and ill-trained, and they didn't care. Because we were not collateral damage, we were expendable. And so in my neighborhood alone, in a square mile of my neighborhood, over 40 kids had died. Damn. In my little neighborhood, within a square mile, over 300 kids committed suicide. Damn. Because they had a thing back then called the draft. And these kids were killing themselves. Some didn't want to go to the war. Some were killing themselves for various reasons. Now remember, every house over there was painted with high levels of lead paint. So their baby cribs were painted with lead paint. Their toys that they got from China that they put in their mouth had lead and mercury in it. So our environment was a toxic environment. Well,
you know? that story's a trip to me, man, because I know after I came back from my second tour in Iraq, because I was in the invasion of Iraq, and I went back 2006 to almost 2008. And after that last tour, man, I felt in my soul, like if I go back, I'm going to die. I felt straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? So thank God I didn't go back, but that was my time when I was like, all right, I'm going to get out of active duty and go into the reserves because that was the only way to save me, I felt at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that story touches me. But asking you, has there ever been a time in your life, you know, whether in prison or in the world, that you have like a gut feeling like, Cubes don't go down this alley, Cubes don't go to this party, or this is gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Was there ever any like divine intervention with you in your life where that's happened?
Well, when you were in prison like me, and you had accumulated the type of enemies that I had accumulated, and you would deal with your conflicts the way that I dealt with my conflicts and the way that my counterparts dealt with their conflicts, death was always close. You always knew that it's right there, you know, and you can't shake the feeling of it. You just don't let it overwhelm you. You can't become paranoid to the point to where you start making victims out of people whose intent is not to harm you at all. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gotta you know, keep it together, so to speak. Right. Even though you in this type of environment, you gotta know who your real enemy is and who the phantoms are. and the
Right.
phantoms are usually in your mind. But you don't want to second guess yourself and you wrong, because that's when you might not wake up again.
Right.
You know?
Man, that's a trip, because that's one of the main rules they teach you in combat is never second, like always trust your gut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
you
you
got
think
to.
fire is coming from 12 o'clock, fire is coming from 12 o'clock. Engage. You know, like there is no like second guessing. Like maybe it's coming from there. Like no, when you're in combat, you gotta go. So
See, no one gave me that script. No
mm,
one taught me that. I didn't go to no room to learn that. I
right,
learned that, on the battlefield. I learned that, within my existence to exist.
right. Man, that's a hell of a thing, man.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm trying to remember my other question I was gonna ask. So this is what I was gonna ask you. Now me, I've never, like everybody knows, I never gang bang, been on the streets, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I've just been a soldier. I've been in the Army 23 years, so that's me. But one
Yeah,
thing I've learned from watching Kev and listen to the interviews and stuff, there's two types of gangsters. There's a gang member and a gang banger, right?
yeah.
So do you feel that both are important for a hood to thrive, or do you feel it should be gang bangers or one or the other? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I think that the gang member and the gang banger, for instance, the gang member, he can talk sense to the gang banger. The gang banger, we wired to go. It doesn't take much to set us off to go in our direction, to go look for our prey. The gang member, he sort of analyzes things. He's more cool, calm, and collective. He's not afraid. He could go, but he wants to really make sure that it's really time to go. And the gang member, he could make you take some off of your thug. He could kind of, de-escalate a situation that
Mm,
could potentially get out of hand. So they both have their significance within that environment and that dynamic, which is good, you know. And never hate the gang members in your neighborhood. Never hate the gang members and the active gang members in your neighborhood. Don't These men need to be talked to, understood. They can evolve out of what they're in. How did they get to where they were? That's what
mm,
we need to discover. What
right.
created that within him to make him go in that direction? And I
Mm,
guarantee once you get to the root cause of it, and he understands his root cause of it, he'll make a change for the better. And it'll be a long lasting change. It'll
mm.
be a dynamic change,
I
you
agree.
know.
Yep. So my other thing, what was I gonna ask? I'm trying to remember the other question. I'm firing from the hip, cute. So you gotta forgive me.
Yeah.
um, so the other thing I was gonna say is one thing I like that you said, even though I'm from the outside looking in, is that a gang banger should never denounce his or her gang, right? That
Right.
you should strive to make your hood better. So in what ways do you think, like speaking as a Crip, what ways do you think Crips should, what things should Crips be doing now to make Crips better, if that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? At this
Yeah.
point.
Okay. So, for instance, if I go to LA and I want to visit one of the community parks, and then I see some of the youth in the parks who's on the same road that I was on, I'm not better than them. I need to go over there and talk to them. I need to go over there and explain to them, hey man, check this out, you guys. Listen to this. Today, here we are chilling in our park, having a good time. Everything's going good this week. These moments, things could change quick in the hood. But I says, right now, man, listen to what I'm telling you, man. I don't want you to wake up tomorrow facing an L, which is a
Mm,
life sentence. I'm telling you, whatever conflict you got going across that railroad track over there or down this street right here, I'm talking to you. I don't know what's going on in their mind, but I'm telling you, think about it before you act on it. Weigh the pros and the cons of it. Just don't be reactionary. Consider how is it going to affect you, and how it's going to affect your victim, and how it's going to affect your family before you act. Consider these things, and then you make your choice and you choose. But just don't choose selfishly. Just don't do it because it feels good in the moment. Because a few moments of that feeling all adrenaline aided and everything's going good could cause you a lifetime of grief.
That's
You know,
right.
here it is. You didn't acted on this, and now you be in the county jail saying, "Man, I should have not have went. Man, I should have did this. I should." You see all your options. I want you to see your options before you act. I don't want you to have transition or remorse. I don't want you to be sorry because you got caught. You know, I want you to consider these things, you know, as things is taking place now within the now. I just try to get the young people to think it through
Mm.
because they're going to
Yeah.
make their choices.
Right.
They,
That's deep.
and they're going to feel the pain of that choice if it's a negative choice. Only they're going to feel it. Can't nobody experience your life sentence but you. Well, your family experiences it, but not at the level that you're experiencing it.
Right. Yep. Kev, what about you? You have anything to add to that?
Man, I ain't listening to y'all. I'm in the chat room. Hey, the chat room is going up, man.
Yeah. I hope in a good way.
Oh yeah,
Hey, but
yeah.
no, King Real, I appreciated the questions. You know, you asked me. I tried to be authentic as I could in answering
Yeah.
them. You know, I didn't put a lot on it and I didn't take a lot off of it. I just,
Right.
you know, give you some honest answers, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you answering the questions, bro. I mean, I'm just trying to like somebody said in the chat, you have so much knowledge, Cutes. Like you've been around for so long, so I don't want to bottleneck you in asking the same questions like how was Tukey and how was Mal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to go outside the box and pick your brain a little bit more. That was my whole goal with it. So, but I
Well,
appreciate you answering the questions, man.
you appreciate it, man. I enjoy, you know, the challenge of those questions, and you know, it makes you think, you know, because I try to give my best, man.
Yeah. And I appreciate it, bro. And
All right,
Kev,
bro.
thank you for letting me ask Cutes these questions. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, ain't no problem, man. I tried to get you last night, but you were asleep.
Yeah, so man, I'm on Army Cutes. I'm on Army hours, bro. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'll be up early, going to sleep early, and all that shit.
Hey, I
But what?
wanted to tell you something too. You know, I want to thank you for your service that you
Thank you,
did
bro.
in the military, and I
Thank you.
always promote, you know, young people to consider, you know, going to the military. You know, take that 4 years, you know, and look at your life. You know, where do you want to be in the next 4 years? And none of them will say in a prison cell. None
Right,
of them will say I want to be on this yard with an L. Well,
right,
if you continue going down the road you're going down, it's easy for me to predict, you know, that something might end up, you know, like that. But if you take the next 4 years and go to the military, the armed services, then that'll brighten your future.
well, I appreciate it, Cutes. I really do, man.
For sure.
Like, so my story, like when I joined the Army straight out of high school, and I was initially only gonna do 2 years, but then 9/11 happened, and they put everybody on stop loss and said nobody could get out, and I said fuck it, I'm just staying in, and here I am, 23 years later. You know what I'm saying? So
And that's good.
but
You
that's
you
I'm a true believer in life paths, man, and my life path is to be a soldier, a hell of a good soldier. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
I think everybody's on their own, whether you a game banger, whether you whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's your life path, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just about improving and bettering your situation and your, you know, and those around you and your environment the best we can.
Exactly.
Hey, King Real, those were some good questions. I just got one comment.
Yeah.
You probably thought you was gonna die if you went back overseas because you probably did some dirt while you was over there in Iraq.
No, I didn't look, man. I didn't do no dirt like that, you know what I'm saying? But I was in some shit. I'll just put it that way. But I don't know. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I like to hear other people's if they've had intuitions like that, because it was strong in me, bro. Like I felt if you go back, it's a wrap. like straight up and down. I know others have felt that way. You know what I'm saying? And it could have been because all the firefights. I hit countless IEDs. My truck hit one of the IEDs. My truck hit the head of the bomb was faced out towards the field. So when we ran over it, all my truck got was the back blast. Right. So if the head of that bomb had been facing towards my truck, I would have been disintegrated.
Damn.
All of us would have been. And even they're called explosive ordnance disorder team. We have to call them every time we hit a bomb. So even when they came out, they measured the hole and they was like, "Damn, how y'all still here?" And I was like, "Shit, you tell me." Like, I don't know. And they did their measurements and did the crater analysis is what they call it, and that's when they came to the determination like it was faced the wrong way. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. That's just one of many cases, man. Like so many firefights and all, and that's what I'm saying. Even though I never gang bang, I can understand combat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like cutes, and I know Kev. I know you've been in some combat situations. Like there's this, it's a different mind state that I think that it puts you in. It. Unless you're in combat, you don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And let me ask you a question, King Real. So like you on enemy turf, right? You in another country,
Yeah.
and you guys end up blowing somebody's head off. You end up killing somebody.
Yeah.
What's the procedure of getting that body? Like, do you have to watch that body and wait for somebody to come investigate the killing, or what?
So when I was in the invasion of Iraq, it was there was no rules of engagement per se. So you shoot a motherfucker, you leave them, you just keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was during the invasion. And I believe that's how it was, all the documentaries I've seen about Vietnam, it was probably the same way the whole time in Nam. There was no like rules of engagement. But when I went back 2006, we had to write for every round that we shot, we had to write statements. I know Kev, I showed you pictures of that last kill that we got. But I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think it was you and Local I showed pictures to. But for instance, like once he got killed, we had to put him in a body bag. I had to put him in the back of my trunk of the Humvee, drive 4 hours back to base, and it's 130 degrees outside, Cutes. So that body's in the back. That body's in the back of my trunk, and it smelled that I can't get that smell out of my head. Like I'll never forget that smell. It was horrible. And back then I smoked cigarettes and I went through a whole pack of Newports in 4 hours. So I was just to get the smell out, bro, because it was that bad. But we had to bag him and tag him, take him back 4 hours to base to mortuary affairs, and that's actually a job in the military. You could be a mortuary affairs specialist. Mortuary affairs took the body and they do all they can to try to identify who he is. And this individual had a wallet on him with an ID card. So they just had an interpreter come in and look at his address, and that's how his family was notified.
Yeah, that's sad. Because I remember all them cars would be pulling up in my neighborhood. And my grandfather, he told me when I was a kid, he said, when you see those cars pull up, that means they telling the family that their son died.
Mm.
Yeah,
that's back when they were doing the Western Union, right? Western Union notifications, I think, for dead people.
Wow. Back here, they would actually drive. They made it more personal. They would actually drive and console the family and let them know. That's how it was when I was a kid looking.
Oh, you muted me, Kev. I'm like, damn, what I say?
Yeah, because your mic, when Q talks, your mic is cracking. Your mic is making
shit.
noise. So I want to hear him clearly.
Okay. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I mean, combat is something else, bro. But I just like seeing, like Kev knows, I like seeing I love the history of like, especially when it comes to LA gangs and stuff, because I grew up around that. I grew up around Crips. I grew up around Bloods. A lot of my homeboys gang bang. You know what I'm saying? I was influenced by the culture at a young age. I just never went that route. But as I got older, I like, as I got older and experienced combat, in my head, I was like, man, like there's a correlation between what we going through as soldiers in combat to what like gang members are going through, or gang bangers are going through like on the daily. in their environment. You know what I'm saying? That's what sparked my interest, like in the beginning.
What
And
up,
that's why I
Slick?
told
You trying to come on live? Hey, King Real, that was a dope song you did with the soldier and the gang member.
yeah, I appreciate it, man. That's one of my favorite songs, man. And also Cutes, you like your song, right? I love that song I did for Cutes too.
I like that song you did, and everybody wants a copy of it, but I didn't know how to give them a copy.
Cutes always asked me to play that song. I don't have it. You sent it to me before, but I don't know what I did with it.
Kev got like 75 songs in his hard drive.
Yeah, but he can't get to them. He locked them away in a secret vault.
Yeah.
So Kev, I said, Kev, I ain't heard my song in a long time. Kev would say, well, send it to me again. Then I say, I don't got it. I can't find it.
I'll send it to you, Kev.
Yeah, but I like that song. I like the one Monster did too. I wish we could put a different beat to Monster song.
Man,
You
know what's a trip about Monster Q's? I told Kev this story a while back, but I had this promoter back in like 2014 that he was from A-Train, and he was connected with some people out in California. So I was trying to do my thing in Denver, hooked up with him, and he put me and Monster in touch with each other via Facebook. And I think Monster had just got out. I know he was in and out, but I think he had just got out, and he had sent him a song I did called Unorthodox, where I was talking about pretty much wannabes, niggas that try to claim and they really ain't fit and you should just be yourself type shit, you know what I'm saying? So Monster wrote back and he was like, man, that song is I still got the message in Facebook, man. He's like, brother, I just want to tell you that song is what the fuck did he call it? He called it man, I can't remember the exact word. I gotta look at the message, but he spoke very highly of that song. He was like, yo, you dope, and we should do some work. And then he got locked up again. And me and the A-Train dude I was dealing with fell out, and you know what I'm saying, just time went on. But yeah, I at least got to talk to the brother. And then also the dude hooked me up with Sidewinder was still alive, Big Sidewinder.
Yeah, right.
He had sent me a message too on Facebook, and this was back when I was thinking about doing a song about Raymond, and he wrote me and said, yeah, that would be dope. Let me listen to some of your work. And he died like a month after that.
Hey, do a song about Sidewinder.
Yeah, I will. I mean, I need the script. But yeah,
I'll give you a script about Sidewinder. I'll tell you a lot about Sidewinder.
Okay, cool. I got it. Yeah, I'm down to do. And people try to. I know since I did the work with Kev, I'm proud of the work I did with Kev, bro. I mean, I think that was, if anything, it spoke for those brothers' lives. Especially the ones that are no longer here. You know what I'm saying? I think that shine light on their lives, whether you agree with gang banging or not. You know what I'm saying? That was their lives. That's what they chose. You know what I'm saying? That's the path they chose. And I think as black folks, we gotta praise each other in the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
like I said, nobody's totally good and nobody's totally bad.
Right.
And there's moments of good and moments of bad in everybody's life. And if you can look at Donald Trump and you can see complete bad, and here goes a dude who won't admit nothing.
Right.
But yet he was the leader, of the United States of America. So I don't want to hear nothing bad about any black man.
Right.
I forgive every black man. I don't want to hear nothing bad about any black women. I forgive every black woman.
Yep.
I don't want to hear nothing bad about all of my heroes, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. I forgive them all.
I think us as a people, man, we got to stop cutting each other down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's easy to cut. It's easy to throw somebody out, and be done with them.
Right.
I'm done with that mentality.
Right. And point proven, man. Just the recent case with Tyree Nichols. That's four brothers that beat to death another brother. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it that way. So that just tells you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's deeper than them just being cops, bro. Like a lot. We gotta stop hating each other. We gotta build each other up.
Yeah, those scorpions were just sick individuals.
Yeah.
Anytime they build a squad within a squad, you got this behavior. That ain't the first time that might be the first time that they killed someone and it was shown, but I bet you they got other kills under their belt. That was justified.
Yeah.
But it wasn't justified. It was justified because no one scrutinized it.
That's why first scene with it.
Oh shit, Slick.
What's up? What's up, Slick?
What's up, cute?
All right, homie.
What you doing? You look sleepy. You just woke up.
Slick's a good brother, man. Any brother that raised animals, is a good brother.
Yeah. I went out there to the farm, man. He let me see the horses and chickens and the horses pisses and shit.
Kev went Hollywood on me, man.
Who did?
Hey man, you and King Real look just alike, man.
That's my cousin Slick.
Look, y'all heads are shaped just alike.
What's up, King Real? What's up, cute?
What's up,
man? It's good. I go to work tonight. I'm just here. King Real asked me some cool questions, and I tried to enlighten the maniacs and the guests, tonight. We had to take away some wrenches. We had to take away some wrenches because we couldn't we had to separate. It was hard to separate the haters from, the special conflictors, and, people were being cut out the program that didn't need to be cut out of the program, and it was just so Kev had to bring the rings in, you know how you ring in the stallion when it's trying to get away from you with that bit in his mouth. So Kev had to ring this shit back in to get control of the stallion again.
Kev a hater too, though.
What?
Damn it.
Hey, Slick.
We gotta get
huh? Go ahead. No, I was going to ask you something about a car.
Oh,
I was digressing.
I'm on one of the homies' podcasts right now. We ain't got started, Boss Mac podcast. So all your viewers, all your 500 viewers that you got on here right now, go check it out. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds about right. Y'all use me to get viewers and
Hey, Slick. Hey, Slick, remember them pigeons? You could let them up by somebody else's cage, and they would pull like 3 or 4 birds back to your cage.
Yeah, they'll stray them. Yeah,
they get them strays,
Kev don't know nothing about that. He fell off. You know what I'm saying?
I was straying in pigeons before I even knew what the hell I was doing.
Man. I'm just chilling right here. Look who I got right here, though. That's the co-host.
Okay. You got a show. You got a show going on. Send our regards to all the brothers over there.
Yeah, we ain't started yet.
All right.
Who was that? Exhibit and Slick Rick?
Huh?
Who was that? Exhibit and Slick Rick?
No, that's Taboo trying to start shit.
Tell Taboo I said what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Slick, you remember Pyru Lug?
Yeah.
Did Lug ever get out?
Huh?
Did Pyru Lug ever get out?
Who the hell is that?
Lug was an OG Ludus Park Pyru.
What's his name?
Lug.
Did Lug get out? Taboo? Lug. From Ludus Park? Slug? Yeah, Taboo said he been out.
G. Lug used to run with Jimmy Butler. He ran with that crew.
And he left the broad.
Oh, see. Oh, Ray.
Yeah, Lug was first generation.
No, he ain't talking about Slug.
No, Lug, Lug.
Sport. Look,
Love from Luna's Park, Love and Jug.
Yeah, OG Lug.
Slick Nella, Lil Eddie.
Man,
Yeah.
I thought Q said Pyru Love like that song.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
All the way out.
No, I had a brother I was thinking about. I had a Pyru buddy named Lug that was just straight about the business. And I know I left him in level 4. I don't think he ever got out.
Hey, I got a banger coming out here with Lil with Dexter and Lil what's his name? That ran with the Pyru Street Boys back in the day.
That's
A lot
what's
of
up.
history.
That's what's up.
About
Hey,
all
Slick,
that. Huh?
you ever thought of doing a rap song? You ever thought of doing a rap song?
No, why?
Because in the beginning, you should have some water dripping, make it sound like water dripping,
And what?
And then sample your voice saying, "Piss on me, bitch, piss on me."
Yeah, crazy.
Slick is into that type of stuff, Q.
No, I'm gonna let Compton Girl pee on me.
Oh man. Oh man.
God damn. Hot damn.
King Real, what's funny?
That's unsacked, Slick.
Hey, Slick. How come you don't ever bring one of the puppies in the house, man?
I do bring the Doberman in the house. The other puppies ain't potty trained.
You ain't got no red Doberman. I had a red Doberman.
I got rid of the red Doberman.
My red Doberman was fire.
Yeah, I got the red Doberman. I got rid of his punk because he didn't know how to. He wanted to pee on everything to mark his territory in the house.
Man, I wish I would have knew you was gonna get rid of him. I would have got him from you.
He was big too.
Man, I had a king red Doberman. I would have damn sure got that Doberman from you. I wish I would have knew that. How long ago did you get rid of it?
Oh, we got him. We got him. He got a passport because we got him overseas.
Hey, Slick.
Damn.
I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Let me see. They said your rapper name could be Pitchmaster Slick, and the name of the song could be Pissy Drip, and the dance to the song could be the Pyru Drip.
And I will not be a guest feature.
Hey, King Real, I need you to make make a rap song, homie.
Not about no piss, no.
about Compton girl giving me a golden shower.
Nah, I'll pass.
Yeah, crazy.
You know.
Hey, look at this red car.
Oh,
that's lovely.
That's hard.
What kind of rims it got, Q?
I don't know, but it's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Where your Camaro at?
But look at this. Look at this.
Right.
You want to show the Harley?
See the train?
You got stereo on there?
Yeah, see the train I ride on. Let a po' boy ride. Yeah.
Cute, you got stereo on there? Like you could.
Yeah, I got a stereo. There's a stereo in there.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's the trip? What's the trip? The trip is that when I be rolling, I be thinking about it when I was in the joint, and then I be like zooming, like I zoom forward, and that shit feels real.
Yeah, I got a Kilo G story, man. We stayed next door to Kilo G, Mr. Green. Right there, his daddy. That was good. That was good. It was next door. They kept Kelly Parks off of us. You know, that was considered the red house right there on Thorson.
Yeah.
Kilo G was right there. He a good, cool dude, man.
Yeah.
He showed me a lot of shit. He talked to me. But Mr. Green, his dad, he talked to us a lot, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Slick, what about Bloody Mary? Did you know Bloody Mary?
Yeah, she came. She used to be at the house all the time. Nene X.
Oh, okay.
She used to be at the house over there on Thorson all the time, man. Before she passed, her and Philly Blunt. They used to be at the
Okay.
pad all the time, man. Every time I look up, they at the house in the den. You know what I'm saying? She was cool too, man. She was,
Hey, you guys, I gotta head out. It was nice, being in the room. It was nice being in the room with you brothers. But I gotta head out, and I'll see y'all later, man.
All right, Q.
All right,
What I
brother.
say?
Thanks, Q.
All right, y'all be
Appreciate it, man.
cool for sure, y'all. All right,
All
goodbye,
right.
Mac Heads.
in the ABD crew.
Hey, man, he didn't get no shout out to the Maniacs. He mad at the Maniacs because y'all been messing
Why?
up with them wrenches.
Hey, that's crazy. I saw that about the wrenches, man. That's crazy. They blocked your sister.
Man, they blocked my big homie, my sister,
Yeah, when you come back to LA, man.
on the 8th.
See, there you go. You're gonna be hiding again.
Oh, I'll probably stay a while this time. Ain't no need me. I'm not finna be putting in all this time on them profiles.
Hey, we're
I'll
gonna
stay
have a candlelight visual for Rojo, the pony. He passed away, homie.
Oh, damn.
See, that's what's wrong. We don't get no coochie for all them years.
Man, why you didn't breed him?
Passed away. The big horses, he couldn't get up there, man.
So how he died though, Slick? Like he died of stress?
Huh?
How he died?
I don't know. It just when it was raining, when all that rain had, and we walked back there to feed him, that motherfucker was laid out. Them pigs gonna eat him up.
You ain't selling no horse burgers?
Nah. We don't know how long he was dead. Shit.
You done DP the pigs?
Man, them pigs was gonna knock him down. Pigs for real. Shit. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Rojo. You know, I gotta get another pony. I believe he died because he wasn't getting no coochie. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey Kev, I'm about to hit the sack, man. I gotta get up.
All right.
Hey, one thing I want to put out though about my boy that went on and talked about DJ Quick. So you got to understand. I know the Mac Quick a little hard. You got to understand that's his point of view, right? So that's what he saw. You know, like me, I knew who NWA was when I was 8 years old. But you know, that's from watching Yo MTV Raps and everything else. But that's his truth. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he saw. That's what he saw. You know. But there's like 10 different sides to that story. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a better story, come on and tell it. You know what I'm saying? And just tell your viewpoint. But you can't down that brother for what he saw. That's what he experienced.
Right.
That's all I got, man. Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, for sure. All right, it's just me and you,
all right,
Slick.
King Real. So what we talking about?
What you want to talk about? Let's talk about
We gotta
the
get
dead
Compton
horse.
Girl on here, man.
Compton Girl said she'll come on with one of the other ones when Misha G come on with her. She'll come on when Misha G come on with her.
See, they not coming on there.
Yeah.
Shit, they get both of them on there. Your shit going through the roof. Shit.
Hell yeah. They're gonna be putting it on repeat. They're gonna be playing it back over and over.
Brother.
Y'all ready? We almost ready? All right, I'm
Hey,
gonna
what y'all gonna talk about, Slick?
I don't know yet, but y'all tune in to Boss Mac YouTube. We gonna me and Taboo on there. Go on there right now. When we get off here, all the Mac Head and Maniacs. Show you know what I'm saying. Show your boy. You know what I'm saying, Mr. ABD, G Slick. You know what I'm saying. Some love. You know what I'm saying. But you know, I gotta give a shout out to this high yellow dude right here. If it wasn't for Kev Mac, I wouldn't be Slick. You know what I'm saying. I wouldn't be out there. Y'all wouldn't know me. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, we finna get off, Kev.
All right. All right, take it easy, Slick. Good luck.
All right.
All right, that's it, y'all. OG Cubes, King Real, ABD Slick. Compton Girl, what up with you? It's time to talk X-rated. I heard it's time for me to get the hell up out of here. They might really get it cracking with Too Pretty up in there. They not letting Too Pretty Kenny come up in there. But then again, Too Pretty Kenny might have more red than that brother you saw with all the red on, looking like Slick Rick. Too Pretty Kenny come up in there looking like Mo Pyru and all of them. Tap in with me, Compton Girl. Everybody wants you to tap in, man. Compton Girl, they trying to get you to tap in. Slick, thanks for appearing on the Kev Mac video show. Hey, Crystal, my notifications be tripping. Did you see Jamel's question? What was Jamel's? No, I didn't see Jamel's question. Was it about how did I like his live or some shit? Kev, tell TPK funniest crip in America to come on. All right. I don't think he'll come on, but I'll do that for you, homie. Get my ass up out of here. Too Pretty Kenny lost on them Lakers tonight, -2. They won by 1. All right, let's see if he pop on or not. TPK got all the red from the Pueblos, like he said. What's up, Kev Mac? What up, King Poe? The Picaro Street, hey Kev, and the Fitzgerald KMV intro videos. Who is the cat against the wall with the Charlie Brown shirt on and high socks? That's a dude from Watts, Gizmatic. He's a pop locker, old school throwback pop locker. He got an Instagram. He do a lot of pop locker. He do a lot of the same moves over and over. So you kind of get tired of seeing the same move over and over. But yeah, he's fresh though. Happy New Year to you too, Precious. TPK smooth player, everybody's favorite uncle. Let me hold 100 on. Give me some money, nigga. I watched Bulldog's profile about 4 times already. The best one so far. Good looking out. It's going to be the best one for a long time because I'm not going to spend no time right now. Shit, catch me in March. Catch me in spring training baseball season. You know I take a hiatus from April to September, right? Hello, Kev. I got a question for you. Hello, Kiera. What's your question? Is S-Mac? S-Mac said he's coming. He did say he's coming. We haven't had no second conversation, no reminder, nothing like that, but he said he's seen on the live because I hit him up too, though. And he said he's seen on the live and he's going to come. What's up, KM from St. Paul, Minnesota? What's up? What's up? Kiera, what's your question? Go easy on me now. Don't give me no hard questions now. I get all the hate, but story be getting away with mass murder. You know what? That's part of you guys' problem. You guys are so worried about what somebody else can get away with instead of just enjoying the chat room and being respectable and mature. You guys looking for the next clown, and you want to be more of a clown than the last clown. Man, just come up in here. You got a joke? Shoot your joke. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing, man. S-Mac is thorough dude, very thorough. I only worry because I'm always getting slammed down in the shoe over here. Because you talk too much shit, you type too much, you spam too much, you say so much shit that gets on people's nerves. That's why you stay in the shoe. I think I got another 6-month term waiting on you. Kev, you like it hard. What the hell did you say? You might want to reword that. Is the Bellagio Resort better than the MGM? Oh, that question. Bellagio's cool. MGM is more ghetto and more crowded. The Wynn, I like the Wynn, I guess, or the Encore, but it's kind of an older, more quiet crowd. But it's very spacious. I like space. Like, I don't want nobody rubbing all up on me and shit. If I drop my ID or my credit card, I want to be able to turn around and look and see that I dropped it, take a couple steps back and pick it up. I don't want to be at the MGM when you drop your credit card, somebody catch it before it hit the ground. And you looking around like, how the hell could that credit card or that ID disappear? It disappeared because somebody caught it or it bounced off the ground and they caught it on the bounce. And you won't find that shit. Now you need a new ID, new credit card. You feel me? So I like that space, you know what I'm saying? South Point is so boring to me. I don't like South Point. I like the M Casino though, but I don't think you would like the M Casino, but I like the M Casino. Westgate is ghetto. Westgate tried to make their stuff more classy, but still got the same type of people coming into Westgate. Is the Mirage still around? Yeah, the Mirage is still around. It's so crowded around Caesars and the Mirage. I don't go by there. You know, when you're a local, you don't go to them crowded ass casinos anyway. But they building a casino in walking distance from me. I could just walk a couple blocks, and I'll be at a casino now. What's good, Kev Mac? Send my respects from East LA. What's up, home tax collector? Oh, I just got a gallon of milk, a stick of butter, and a loaf of bread, etc. On liking my life. You like the M Casino? Then we got a date. We got a date at the M Casino. The Westgate was nice to me. Yeah, Fitzgerald, you want a little change, right? Did I give you them picks or you picked yourself? You kind of knew you know college football. You good at college football. Like where I'm at, the Westgate is so damn ghetto because it's one floor and the Walmart is seriously bigger. I like the Luxor, Caesar's a gamble. I ain't mad at you. Luxor, no, I'm not feeling the Luxor. You hit the jackpot at the casinos before, Kev? I never hit a jackpot because I don't play slot machines. Did they finish the new hotel, the one by me? No. You talking about the one downtown? Yes. It's been finished. Planet Hollywood never failed me. Then always go back to Planet Hollywood. Compton Girl, what man had you hooked on Luxor? It's a good question. Slots are no good like that. I agree, Austin, Texas. Denise, what's up, beautiful? What's up with you, Denise? Now the baddies want to show up when I'm getting off. Y'all start showing up when you heard Slick was here. Slick was looking for a pissing contest. Now all y'all want to show up. I'm mad. The decent buffets are gone. I wasn't a buffet type of guy, but I wouldn't mind going to find a buffet right now. Buffet would probably be expensive right now. They ship my little boo and his wife, or your little bro and his wife. Meaning Kev gonna be hitting the slots this year. Not. I might sit around and watch somebody play the slots. He said they could watch one. What's the itinerary in April? Shit, make one. Shit, the only itinerary was to meet and greet y'all, have some drinks, go outside, and just walk Fremont, see the people dancing and singing. We can joke and clown. watch somebody get drunk. And then if you're lucky, Fitzgerald, you could take one of the drunk girls back to the room, homie. You know how fresh you gonna be. I know you don't want her falling all over your linen, falling all over your Stacey Adams, your brim hat, your cigar. So you're gonna have to have somebody pick her up for you. He would be the one to win because he don't play. Yeah, right. I don't play because I know I'm not gonna win. That shit. Neighborhood, I'm almost home, bro. Oh boy, you almost home. That's good, man. That's good. I'm glad you almost home, man. You know it's Roscoe's birthday on the 4th. I was gonna do a video tomorrow talking about him, but I'm like, it would take so long. I don't have enough time. So maybe I'll just talk about the homie for his birthday on live. You feel me? I never trusted slot machine. Me neither, man. Old boy Hayes, come home. Hood. Yeah, come on home, man. Sitting around and watching some granny on the old machine. Kev, have you ever thrown at one of them car raffles? I've back in the day, I won tickets to get in the car raffle. They ain't never called my name. Nigga, I don't get nothing. I don't never win no Cracker Jacks, no hot dog, no free soda, nothing. They give out all them top prizes to people. I be thinking, what am I gonna win? Nigga, nothing. It's just a waste of time sitting there like, I think this shit be rigged. They probably put employees' family names in that drawing and shit. Take ours and throw it somewhere else. Slops are coded for sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Should I tell you that on the news? I will be available to join you and Roscoe's show. All right. Hey, that's a trip. All right, for sure, bro. On the 4th. You know your cousin's birthday, right? Why y'all don't trust slot machines? I mean, people win on them, but you know the funniest thing? Like I run across a lot of old men, old player men, right? And they always say that, man, women are so stupid. They always tell me, this is my favorite slot machine. And, oh, I'm a hit. And I won on this before. They ain't never seen that girl win. So I'm from that tree. I'm from the tree that I ain't seen these girls win on these slot machines. But it's a fact, people do win on slot machine. My father was one of them. His girl was one of them. They actually win on slot machines, but what they saying is we don't trust them because it just seems like people lose so much. Plus, they set it to win a certain amount before they pay out a certain amount. So you're really not doing nothing special, and you're really not that lucky unless you get that machine when it's time to hit. But if you're a regular and you play slots and you might have had a lot of luck, so you're gonna think differently. And then like Mr. Bellacosa say, play all night to win. See, that's the number one way to lose all your money. Do you know how many people I've seen think they supposed to put all this money in the machine and it's eventually gonna hit? And they'll play all night. And in the morning, they goat mouth. In the morning, they white around the mouth. They ain't got no money. They hungry. They ain't got no energy to get up out the seat. They just sitting there looking stupid as hell. I see it all the time, or I used to. What my man say? After watching the movie Casino, I would never play a slot machine. Robert De Niro. My grandma be spending her retirement check in a day at the casino. A lot of people do though, for real. right around the mouth with a free coffee and 2 cigarettes. I was gonna say that cigarette. Sitting around with a cigarette, they last cigarette, so they don't really want to light it. They just be holding a cigarette in their mouth and the lighter over here and shit. Then when they do light it, they want to put it out because it's their last cigarette. They don't know when they're going to get another cigarette. Slots rarely pay. Better off playing roulette or sports betting. Big facts. I agree with that, Jerome Wallace. But like I said, if you play slots and you won, you're going to think differently from us. But somebody like us that been around the casino for years, we don't believe in that shit. We believe you better go just bet on some roulette or go bet on sports. Facts. I agree with Jerome Wallace, but I'm going to say from our point of view. I'm not going to say from the woman's point of view that done won on slots in the past. Casinos really detrimental to Filipino, Mexicans, and blacks. They are. Truthfully, they really are. They go Kenny Carson. Kenny, I sent you a link. You didn't even check on the link, homie. They wanted you to come on. You sitting here rubbernecking, ain't even clicked on the link. Don't even want to give the Mackids and the Maniacs what they wanted. The viewers are going down. We done lost 40 people. And you sitting here typing. Probably took you 35 minutes to type that shit. You probably went back and hit spell check and probably looking at a dictionary to make sure you remember correctly. And then your ass talking about Kenya Ware. Is that really all that piss talk from Slick got you thinking about Kenya Ware? Fool, come on through April. Kenya gonna have on a bathing suit and she gonna jump in the pool. Your eyes will be full all night, homie. If I gamble, it's blackjack for fun. See, that's the whole thing. See, that's the mark of a person that indulges in realism. Play blackjack for fun. That's what you go to play blackjack for fun. And you got a cap, $300 to $500 cap. So you already know when you're gonna get up and leave it alone. The fun part, you won't be mad, you won't be upset, and you won't chase. Some people go to play for fun and actually win. So that's the great part about it. When you start playing for profit, that's when it gets tough. I don't play no table games except roulette. Roulette is the only table game I'll play. I won't play no table game. And I won't even play roulette, but I will play it. Kenny, what's up, man? They want to talk to you, homie. What's up? The funniest crip in America. Come on and join Kev for 30 minutes, bro. Let's see. Yeah, you could join me for 8 minutes or 38 minutes. Your choice. When I realized I was at the casino 3-4 times a week, it was becoming a problem. I've been knew it was a problem. My mama tried to tell me. My brother tried to tell me. My homeboy mailman tried to tell me. My father, my grandmother, everybody tried to tell me it was a problem. So I knew off the top it was a problem. You just always trying to prove them otherwise, man. Puerto Ricans be in them casinos too in the Midwest and the East Coast. Well, ain't nobody mentioned nothing about the Cubans or the Haitians. They be up in there. They be up in there trying to get some money, fool. Them Cubans are slick too, boy. They so slick. It be 4 or 5 Cubans and they a whole crew. And they get together and they pull for the games and stuff. They piece up on tickets, food, all this slick shit, right? Then they branch out slowly and want to try to be with a group of Mexicans or a group of Venezuelans, try to blend in with them, right? So when they pull off their little lick and you catch them, you run across them, or security get on them, they be like, no, me Cuban. We all Cubanos. We Cubanos. Oh, I come from Cuba. I come through by way of Florida. Me defect. Me this, me that. They got the whole game laid out. Like, I watch them. I check them out. They some slick dudes, man. Them Cubans are slick as hell, dog. Kev, Go safety deposit about anywhere stuff with his old, I don't know what that is. The casinos can make or break you. Brother, ain't no joke. I ran it away. Yeah, for real. Go Pelicans. Pelicans won. Damn, my cousin picked all losers. He picked the Lakers by 2. He bet against the Pelicans. Did LeBron get 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists? Because that was his third bet. He talking about he just got a triple-double. He's going to get another triple-double. The most I spent on the slot machine was, did I say 5 racks? My father was mad at me. Oh, Kiera, you gambling big. Well, we got some real female gamblers up in here. Don't let the haters see that comment, Kiera. You got haters up in here that's going to say you lying, like 5,000. Like, who has 5,000 for a slot machine? Trust me, Kiera, it be some real haters up in here. Or a better word, some broke Negroes. When I say broke, I don't mean you broke today or you broke tomorrow. I'm talking about broke for affinity. Like the type of nigga ain't never bought nothing himself. His mama buy his shoes, his girlfriend buy his cologne. He steals his toiletry and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That type. But it's possible people hit on the slots. No, people do. People do hit on the slots. Like I said, some females hit on the slots. My father used to hit on the slots. You know what I'm saying? Broke mind is a good term, right? Well, Two Pretty Kenny's not coming up in here, so I'm going to get up out of here in 5 minutes, y'all. Bang that like button on. I've been wondering for years, who did the classic Rolling 60s hit up, and come to find out it was Baby S-Mac. Woo-hoo. S-Mac, it's a dude from Fruittown Brim that was up in here one night, right? Dude from Fruittown Brim would like to have a competition with you. He said you like your strikes, you had some hard strikes. He would like to get down with you. I said I might can make that happen if we find a spot that we can write on the wall and go buy a can of spray paint. Right? I told him that they could submit pictures. Ain't nobody sent me a picture. So you know they probably can't write on no damn wall. Like if you can write on walls, you done took a picture of your writing at some point. I'm about to go to the store. I'm about to go to the store too, Jay. Shit, what you going to get? Might give me some bright ideas. kevmacvideos, thanks for all the super chats and cash apps. Can't no jackpot in the world satisfy me more than Crystal. Ooh, he's shooting at my moderator. That's a good line right there, bro. I've been giving it up for Baby S-Mac and his strikes. Absolutely. Cuse is my best friend. Cuse is my best friend, too. I'm surprised Cuse didn't say my brother was his best friend, right? I am so shocked. I thought he was going to say, oh, yeah, your brother's my best friend. Joe Mosley missed it, man. Joe Mosley wasn't up in here when I called my brother on the phone, though, man. I guess he could run the replay back, right? But I'm out of here, y'all. You know, it's time for some tiki fruit punch. I might go Nestle's Crunch and some sour cream and cheese ruffles tonight. Some grandma cookies. I need one more item, y'all. Or I might see if I catch teriyaki place. Give me some vegetables. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Much love, y'all. Peace.